Hey guys, Arpita here. Today's video is possible because of BuzzFeed Fashion. They asked me how to learn fashion designing from home, especially for housewives. There are 10 questions asked by this person, so I'm going to answer them all today. It'll be like a chit chat kind of video today, so let's get started. If you are watching this video, that means you also want to know how to do fashion designing from home. I have the questions listed down with me, so I'll go one by one. The first question is how to start learning fashion designing at home. If you are not planning to go to a fashion college to learn fashion, the immediate thing which you need to do is learn the subjects through online courses. The major difference from the college and online courses is the practicality, where in the college you'll get to learn everything first hand from your teacher. When you are learning fashion designing through online courses, it will be mostly through videos. When you study in the college, you will get certification at the end of the course, but through online courses you may not get certifications. Some courses may provide online certifications, so you need to be okay with it when you are not going to a college and trying to learn everything by yourself. The second question is where to start. As I mentioned in the first question, you need to start finding suitable online courses for learning fashion design. The third question is what are the topics to be learned? The topics which you may learn in the college are elements of fashion design, pattern making and draping, garment construction, fashion illustrations, fashion art and design, textile and apparel testing, fabric weaving, fabric retailing, marketing and merchandising, needlecraft and surface ornamentation, apparel computer aided courses, fashion portfolio and design collection. These are some of the subjects which you will learn in the college. If you are choosing to learn fashion designing through online courses, you can choose topics like fashion design, sewing, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, illustrations, which are nothing but drawing them by hand, t-shirt design, and many other courses. I will leave the related links in the description box. You can check them out. I have many videos related to fashion design and fashion freelancing. If you are interested to check them out, the links will be in the description box. Fourth question is if we learn everything on our own, do we get an internship or a job in the industry? I have spoken about this in my previous video. I will leave that link in the description box or in the iCard here. I don't want to go deep into it. You can watch that video. But generally, if you have a good certification from a reputed college, it is easy to get into the industry or a company. If you are learning on your own and looking for a job, it is a little tough. You have to do your collection or your portfolio so good that people should be very impressed to give you a chance to work with them. So initially you can start as an intern where you may not get paid, but once you finish your internship, you are generally supposed to finish one collection of garments. That collection will show them how creative you are. Based on that, you may ask for a job in the same team, as they are already used to your kind of work, which should be very good. Then they might take you in as a permanent employee. Question number 5. How to do a portfolio when you are learning everything on your own? That's a really good question. I have some videos on that too. So I'll leave those links in the description box. You can check them out. When you have already learned so many courses online, you need to put them all into a picture form so that you can show them to potential clients or a company. Portfolio is a very important part when you are looking for a job or when you want to showcase your work to your audience. I won't be explaining in detail about portfolio in this video. you can check out the other video in the description box, but let me just brief you about portfolio. In general, in a portfolio, you should have at least 5 to 6 collections of garments in picture form. You don't need to make the garments, but if you can draw those garments on the computer or with your hand, or keep a mix of both. Some collections can be computerized, some can be handmade collections. There are two options to keep your portfolio. One is hard copy, or one is online, or soft copy in a CD or in a pen drive, or wherever convenient for you. For the hard copy, you can make a portfolio by hand, or make it on the computer and take printouts. Keep it all in one file format and keep them all in one file. When it comes to online or soft copy portfolio, whatever you have made by hand or on the computer should go into one file format on the computer, or on one CD or a pen drive, or online. Basically, the portfolio need to show your creativity in creating the collection. At the same time, your computer abilities, your creative way of putting all the things together on one sheet as a collection. This can be done by anyone, the students from the college or the person who's learning at home. Number 6. Which one is more important, learning stitching or learning sketching? I would say both of them are important. When you learn stitching, you will understand the importance of how neat the stitches should be, what kind of stitches will come on which kind of fabric, which kind of finishing. All those things will make you expert when you are explaining it to your tailor how to stitch it. Or when you are stitching your own garment collection, you will know the best way to stitch the garment so it will be comfortable and strong to wear. Imagine a situation where you don't know stitching and you have just put some random stitches, and when some model is wearing it, the stitches will come off. One more example, if you are stitching a sleeveless top or a neckline, if you don't know how to finish the neckline, how would you present it to the customer or a client? So general rule of thumb is you should know stitching, and you should know it so well. Even if you reverse your garment, the garment should be very neat. So you should know stitching. Coming to sketching, I would say sketching is very important because it is the way you put out your ideas onto a paper so someone else can understand your ideas clearly. Imagine a situation where the other person is a client who doesn't know anything about fashion designing, and that person came to you to get a garment designed for themselves. So if you have some ideas for them, if you put them on a paper and show them, they can just see that and understand what you are thinking, and they may ask for some edits here and there, and finally approve the design. But if you don't have the ability to do the sketching part, how will the other person understand what you are saying, right? So sketching is also very important. The sketching can be done through a software or by hand. It is your own choice which one you want to choose. I always do computerized drawings because that is easy way for me personally. At the same time, I like doing hand drawings. I use that as a hobby than using it for my presentations or portfolio. So it's up to you to choose which kind of sketching you want to learn. Question number 7. How to market ourselves as fashion designers. This is a very deep topic, but I will suggest you some tips. When you are learning fashion designing by yourself, marketing your fashion design career is your responsibility. To start with, I personally would suggest to have a website with a portfolio page so that it's easy for you to share that website with potential clients. You can have social media pages like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You should have a LinkedIn page. It is a more professional setup where people will find each other for their future projects. So when you are present in LinkedIn, potential client may look at your profile and your portfolio and contact you for future projects. In this present world, everybody are online, everybody are on social media, so this is the best place to be right now. So have those pages and regularly post on them. Follow some fashion designers. By the way, you can follow me on my pages. Links are all in description box, so you can be more interactive with me. So there you go, that's how you market yourself. Number 8, how to learn new trends. Well-known fashion designers create collections twice a year. The first collection is spring summer, the second one is autumn winter. So around these seasons, they present their collections in fashion shows. If you follow those fashion shows, you will get to know what are the trending designs, trending fabrics, trending accessories, everything which is in trend. As I mentioned in earlier answer, you can follow these famous fashion designers who will post their collections on their social media pages. Don't forget, every fashion trend will come back again. Personally, I would say you don't need to follow any trends. You need to think of designs which will be trendy throughout the year. Number 9, what is the step-by-step method to become a fashion designer by ourselves? All the questions answered until now are the step-by-step method for you to follow. If you follow those questions one by one, that is good enough. Number 10, without fashion degree, can we do freelancing of our sketches? Yes, you can. Actually, if you are good with sketching on the computer on or with the hand, you can start your freelancing right now. There are series of videos talking about fashion freelancing or freelancing in general on my channel. I will leave those links in the description box. Go ahead and check them out if you want to start your freelancing career. So there you go, all 10 questions answered. Hope it was helpful to you. If you are a housewife who's watching this video and want to become a fashion designer, just follow these things, and if you have any questions, start commenting below. I personally answer all the comments in the comment section, so just go ahead and ask me any questions you may have. And don't forget to follow me on my social media pages so you can interact with me in a different level. These videos which I create here are all in a general perspective, but if you want to get in touch with me personally for personal counseling, I do that as well. So just get in touch with me through my social media pages or on my WhatsApp number. I'll leave my WhatsApp number also in the description box. Please don't spam me. If you spam me, I will just block you. That's as simple as that. Don't send me just hi messages. Just come to the point and ask me questions directly so I can answer you directly. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more such informative videos. Until my next video, bye.